let's get into this look. Welcome back to my channel, and this is my first time doing a textured ponytail, and I'm so excited to show y'all how I did it. So I started with freshly washed hair. It's just so much easier to maneuver for me, and I greased and moisturized my scalp and hair off camera, but I'm just gonna do a middle part because I just thought it would look best with the style, and it's my go-to as well. Okay, so for this style, I use Eco Style Gel. I just feel like it's the best product for slick backs or any type of ponytail look. And because my hair was a little damp, I didn't really section my hair too much. Like as you can see, like with this back section, it was just so much easier just to get my hair into like a little ponytail because it was a little damp already. And I basically just used a scrunchie to hold my hair in place while I worked on the next section. And detangling is key, regardless if you do this style on wet or dry hair. It just makes it so much easier if you detangle your hair each section as you go. And this is also the part that takes the longest with any style that I do. All right, for this section, I used a lot of Eco Style Gel, and this is a time that it is a-okay to be very heavy-handed with your products because you're gonna need it for it to lay flat. Okay, so I decided to do my edges a little bit, even though I know I'm gonna go back over them again once I do the whole slick back ponytail, but I just wanted to like start it off because I feel like it's a little harder to do it once my hair starts to dry or if it's already in that ponytail shape or form. So I basically just did the same thing on the other side, detangle, lay my edges, and then get it back into the ponytail. And as my hair was drying, it did get a little bit more difficult, and you can be super generous with the Eco Style Gel. It doesn't hurt to use more. Okay, so now that I'm done with that section, I basically just took the scrunchie out so that way I can just smooth my hair back as much as possible with my hands to see how low I want the ponytail to be. And once I got my hair to the section how I want it to be, I just used a brush to just smoothen it out a little bit more. All right, so I finally got my hair into a ponytail, very flat, or as flat as I can get it. And then on to the next step. So I'm just gonna use Got To Be glue. And you don't really have to use this, but I use it because I sweat in my scalp and I just wanted it to be a little harder because the Eco Style gel isn't a really hard gel to really hold my hair in place. So I'm just gonna put the Got To Be glue all over basically the base and on my edges so that way it will dry a little hard and won't move. And don't worry, all the white residue will go away once it dries. And if you have an issue with flaking, with mixing products, you can put like a curling custard. Sometimes I do use Mael curling custard on top before I put the Eco Style gel or after, just so that way it won't flake up or be white, but it will dry. And then now I'm just gonna use the same brush I used to do my edges because it's a smaller little brush to just get all the crevices just to make sure everything is laying flat. And then of course redo my edges how I want them to lay. All right, now that that is done, the next step is to braid my actual hair. And we are not done yet. The most important part to lay your hair down, a scarf. It really makes a difference. And I just decided to double up and just tie a bandana on just to like help it dry a little faster. And plus, I know I move around a lot when I sleep because I did this hairstyle at night. So I just wanted to make sure the scarf did not come off my head like it normally does. All right, it is the next day. Let's see how my hair did. Very flat and in place, thank God, because I'm always nervous. So for this style, I use Expressions Springy Hair, and I will link it below. I got it from Amazon. And this is what the hair looks like out of the package. It's really springy and I really love it because it really matches my hair texture. So if you have natural hair and you want to do a natural ponytail or look, this is the best hair to use. And for this style, you will need some scrunchies. So what I did to get the hair on my braid, I took a scrunchie and wrapped it around at least 2 times because the scrunchie wasn't that big. And I wrapped it on one end of the springy hair. And then you want to just take the little part that you wrapped around and put that on the base of your actual braid. And then wrap the scrunchie around your actual braid. At least 2 times, or at least until it's tight and secure. And I did it this way, so that way if I flip the hair over, it's covering the top of my head. And then I will do this 2 other times. And the pack does come with 3 bundles, which is perfect for a braid, so that way it's already separated for you. So I basically just did the same thing with the next bundle, wrapped the scrunchie around 2 to 3 times. And then the only difference is I started from the bottom. So the little part that's out, I put that up against my braid. So that way when I flip it over, the bottom part of my braid is covered, if that makes sense. And for the third bundle, I just put it on the side. And I don't think the side really matters. Just make sure it's secure and off to the side. Now to the actual hard part, at least to me, because it was a struggle. You want to make sure that your actual braid is hidden within the ponytail that you're braiding. So sometimes I had to like really wrap the hair to make sure my braid wasn't sticking out, and I had to keep going back to make sure that my actual braid was hidden. And naturally with braiding, we braid really tight, but for this style, you don't want to braid it too tight. So that way it won't be stiff and you have room to maneuver if your hair does end up sticking out. Lesson learned, but we move. And another thing, dealing with this type of synthetic kinky hair, it does tangle. So you have to be super patient as you're braiding. All right, so now that I'm done, I'm just gonna use a little rubber band to tie the end to secure it so the braid doesn't come out. And because I braided it a little bit tight, I had to go back in and try to like loosen it and separate it a little bit, but you can avoid that if you don't braid it tight from the beginning. But because whatever your actual braid, that part will always be a little bulkier than the rest of the hair, unless you just do the feeding method and add hair as you go to also make it longer as well. Okay, almost done. So I just took another, opened up another pack and took a little piece out so that way I can wrap it around the base of my hair. But if you don't want to open up a new pack or don't have another pack, you can really do this hairstyle with one pack and just take a little bit out of what you're going to use to braid. And then just take a bobby pin and then just stick it somewhere closer to the braid so that way it's very secure for when you wrap it around. So I used another bobby pin to secure the other end. And if you have fuzzies, you can just take scissors just to cut them away like I'm doing. And that is all, folks. We are finally done. Do you love it? Do you like it? Let me know below. And also let me know if you've tried this style before. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.